In this video I'm going to show you how to draft the cuff pattern and then attach the cuff to the shirt sleeve. First thing you need to do is find out how big the cuff will be at the moment. That's 30 centimetres and that's quite big, so I think I'm going to make it a bit smaller. You can try out different sizes simply by moving the measuring tape around till you find a size that you're happy with. The other measurement we need is the depth of the cuff. So an arm is usually 64 centimetres long and this block is 57. So we can see that we need another 7 centimetres in order to take it up to 64. So that's the starting point for the cuff width. So I've decided my cuff's going to be 20 centimetres wide. So I'm drawing a rectangle that's 20 centimetres by 7 centimetres. I've marked where the fold line is going to be, and now I'm adding 1 centimetre seam allowance around the other 3 sides of the cuff. I've cut out my cuff pattern, now I'm going to cut out the fabric for it. So the fold goes right on the edge, and then the grain line runs parallel to the selvage. Pin it in place and then cut that out. So the next thing I need to cut out is my interfacing. So I've cut that out, just needs to go on one side. So it's the same pattern minus the seam allowance. Then to position it in the right place, I'm going to use my set square to show me where 1 centimetre is around the edge. Put the rest of it next to the fold line and then iron it into place. So then using my friction pen, I'm going to mark a line at 2 centimetres so that I can press this edge over to give me a 1 centimetre seam allowance. So that's been pressed in place. And then folding right sides together. Then I'm going to mark a notch on each side at 1 centimetre. Then right sides together so the folded line touches that 1 centimetre notch. Pin in place and then stitch along the 2 short edges. And then you're going to trim up to the corners very carefully, making sure you don't go through the stitching that you've just done. Then take it to the press and press that seam open on both sides. And then because you've trimmed the corners, when you turn it round, you'll get a nice sharp point at the edge. So once you've done that, you can press the edge of the cuff and then you're going to attach it to the shirt sleeve. Now, as my cuff is now 10 centimetres shorter than the actual edge of the sleeve, I'm going to put some pleats in it to make it fit. Once the pleats are in, you can stitch these at 5mm just to keep them in place, or stitch them all together in one go once you've put your cuff on. So I'm attaching the right side of the cuff to the inside of the shirt sleeve. And I'm only pinning the unfolded edge And this is the same way that you attached the shirt collar. So once that's done, you're going to stitch along the unfolded edge. And then again, like the shirt collar, you're going to fold over the folded line to the stitch line that you did before. And you can do this by hand if you want, or just finish it off with the machine.